Hello to everybody out here in YouTube world. It's Kyle Clements, also the Fossil Hunter. I just want to show you guys some of my finds. I haven't made a video in a while. Water finally dropped out of the Peace River and the creeks I dig, and I've been able to make 2 trips out, and here's some of my finds. It's been a pretty good 2 trips. A lot of new gravel exposed, a lot of old gravel covered up in sand, but it's been pretty good to me. We'll start with the mammoth teeth. I have a half a mammoth tooth here, Colombian mammoth. And his other half's over here. I've got to get them glued together once they're finally dried out. On that same trip, a buddy of mine who I brought with me, he found a whole juvenile mammoth tooth, which is pretty cool. It's his first. And of course, we've got some tusk, mammoth or mastodon. Some of the tusk even have some of the bark on the outside, which is really, really nice. Then we'll move over to some more elephant stuff. I found a knee bone today. It's pretty solid, still wet. I'm gonna let it dry out and clean it up before I go ahead and vinac it and preserve it so it turns hard as a rock. Once I do that, here's the end of a mammoth or mastodon rib. The rib would have came down from here all the way around, and this would actually connect it to the vertebrae. I also found a mammoth or mastodon vert. Really, really nice. And found a partial mastodon tooth. I've got some pieces of it that I'm going to glue back on and also preserve this. That was a pretty cool find. Snorkeling in about 4 feet of water. Today I also picked up, this is a nice piece. This is a sloth, giant sloth knuckle. Here's where the claw would have connected to, and then this would actually attach to his hand. That's a pretty cool find, a pretty rare find sloth. I've got an unidentified vertebrae yet I haven't time to look it up. I think it's a neck vertebrae. If you know what it is, leave a comment and tell me. If not, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and look it up later tonight once I get my books out. Little deer vertebrae. Got some armadillo. Shark's teeth, like everybody loves. This creek usually gives these up. I found these snorkeling. Not that great. Did give up this nice one. That's a nice color. So that was a nice tooth. We've got some mako teeth. This is a file tooth. This tooth is completely hollow. This was inside the mako's mouth when he died, so it never had time to form a root. I also found a great white that would have been about, 2.35 to 2.6, maybe 2.5 file tooth. Anytime we find great whites on the Peace River, it's really, really rare, but a file tooth makes just that much rarer, and I have that up in my case already. And I usually don't keep the small teeth, but the color of these teeth from this particular spot, they are killer colors. A lot of blues, grays, and they dry out really nice. Got some sand tigers. Also some Megalodons, a couple gator teeth, some garfish scales. Like I said, nothing really, really, really too rare here. A couple nice tigers. Just the color is great there. Color's really great. An armadillo scoot, and I have a camel tooth. That was a pretty nice find today. Some miscellaneous bone. I usually don't even keep these stingrays, but this one's pretty long as stingray. I also have a couple taper teeth. This was a nice find today. Usually don't find them with the root intact, but that taper tooth was pretty sweet. And also found another cap, but no root, which is okay. It's more armadillo. Yeah, I found a really nice gravel bed about an hour and a half before dark, and I had to get back. And it's about 2-mile trek, so I really didn't get into it too much, but if I'm finding this, I'm gonna just keep on digging it as much as I can. I've got some other miscellaneous shark's teeth over here. I've got some other pieces over of Mastadon and a couple pieces of Mammoth over there. Nothing great, but yeah, these are my finds so far this season. First 2 trips out, these are my finds. Pretty awesome. I appreciate everybody subscribing. I hope you enjoy this video, and as I find more and more, and maybe I'll do some videos out of the creek or out of the Peace River. And other than that, enjoy life and keep on digging. Thanks, y'all.